sir.
Please come.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Sit down, please.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Sudipa Dutta, please tell us something about yourself.
My name is Sudipa Dutta. I come from Dumka, Jharkhand. I've done my schooling up to class 10th from St. Joseph's School, Banka, Bihar. Thereafter, I moved to Dumka, from where I did my intermediate and graduation. I graduated in political science from Sidhu Kanu Murmu University, Dumka itself. I have recently been selected as CDPO in Jharkhand State Services and I am yet to join it.
Very good. Now, what would be the responsibilities of a CDPO?
So CDPO is a frontline worker in implementing ICDS, Integrated Child Development Services, in the block level, and he or she will be supervising around 300 to 350 Anganwadi centers in the block and will be reporting to the district social welfare officer about the implementation and progress.
So, what are the challenges on ground of the ICDS program?
So the first challenge is bringing the beneficiaries to the Anganwadi center, which is the first point of service. Second is engagement with the community member, because there is apprehension about antenatal and postnatal care of pregnant and lactating women, mothers. So to bring them, to provide them the services and increasing the health seeking behavior among them, that, and then the progress implementation and monitoring.
How is progress measured of infants in the ICDS program?
Yes. So there are various indicators for that. Some are underweight, then stunting, child wasting, IMR, MMR. These are some of the indicators where progress is reported. While at the macro level, regular weight measurement and weight charts are kept, and also progress reports regarding increasing health seeking behavior and increasing participation in Anganwadi centers are prepared monthly, quarterly and annual wise by the CDPO, and they are provided to the
Are the Anganwadi workers sufficiently trained or proficient in dealing with such matters?
Yes, I believe they are appropriately trained, but still there is much to do in that regard. First is that technical training is to be provided to them so that they can use the portion tracker more appropriately, and because incentive is also provided for its use. Second is the more convergence with ASHA workers and auxiliary nurse midwife is required. So there has to be interoperability between the members. So that training in that regard also needs to be provided. So that these two are the progress.
I believe vaccination and inoculation is an important component.
Yes, sir.
How is the cold chain maintained?
So
coming from state capital to the block centers and to the village, to the Anganwadi workers, how does the system maintain the cold chain? You understand the question?
Yes, sir, the cold chain about how to keep the vaccines and how to provide it at the remote level. So I do not know about the actual how it is done, because I am yet to join it. I have only passed the exam.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Sudipa.
Yes, sir.
First, tell me that you have a background in political science.
Yes, sir.
And political science is also a very favored subject for civil services.
Yes.
So why did you opt for sociology instead of political science?
So sociology was one of my subjects during my graduation, and when I decided to prepare for civil services, I went through its syllabus, and the part 2 especially of sociology particularly interested me, so I decided to keep it as my.
Okay, interesting. Now, one of your hobbies is about making memes.
Yes.
This word is contemporary word, memes. We didn't hear of it in our times. What is a meme?
Yes, sir. The meme has its origin in the word memetics, which was originated around 1970s, which originally intended to show that how culture is represented and continues as time goes by. It was authored by the word was used by Mike Goodwin. Then in the contemporary times, it started to be used in the internet for some audio, visual or videos which provide some humorous take on some issues. So that's
so it is basically very appropriate for the modern technology we have.
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me, what are the equivalent of memes? let's say in olden times, let's say in generation of 60s, 70s or 80s, our generation maybe.
So cartoons will be the equivalent to memes, and also comics can also be seen as equivalent to memes for the older times.
Okay, so being a student of sociology, tell me how technology affects society. Give me some concrete examples.
Yes, sir. So technology has always been an agent of social change. Primary example will be how sex determination became prevalent through the sex
Use of
through the ultrasound.
technology.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's
And
a
then
good example.
yes, sir. Then the industrialization, which brought with itself modern way of living, which was due
Okay,
to
I ask you how TV,
yes.
invention of TV, has affected society.
Sir, TV was used to showcase daily shows or cinemas, and this has affected how people think about society.
How people think about society?
Yes, how people know about how other people are living. For example, if some cinema about South, people from South is aired, people from North get an idea about the culture and
No,
way
how
of
it has affected the family life or the larger society. There
Yes.
are some positive impacts, there have been many negative impacts.
Yes.
Can you outline some of the positives and some negatives?
Yes. So the positive will be more women empowerment, as the movie showcased more women in public sphere. So it led to more education among women. Second is equality among genders, as it was showcased.
That is women empowerment, equality among genders. That's
Yes,
the same point you're making.
Yes, also it has also
Talk about some negatives, very obvious negatives of TV. I'm talking about TV as a technology, representation of technology.
So the first negative is violence and
Violence.
violence. Yes, sir, the
Okay.
promotion of violence.
Okay, promotion of violence through
Violence.
TV.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Also, sir, second is will also be migration, as city life is shown very in a very posh way. So people migrate in with an aspiration to do well, which has led to regional disparity.
Do you think any connection between obesity and TV?
Yes, sir, definitely there is connection, because there are advertisements about how fast foods are tasty and more less time consuming. So this has increased to taking of fast food among general population.
What is the concept of resource curse? And is Jharkhand a case of resource curse?
Yes, sir, I believe Jharkhand is a case of
First, explain what is a resource curse. Why resources should be a boon? Why resources should be called curse?
So resource curse refers to the phenomenon where when a place has large natural or mineral resources, there is seen that there is reduced governance, reduced development
But does it happen in every case? Let's say Saudi Arabia has resources, but it has developed fantastically because of that. Canada has resources. Qatar has a small place. So why those resources have not become curse for them? Whereas maybe Venezuela is a case of resource curse, or Jharkhand closer to home. Why do you think in these cases it's a resource curse, not a boon?
Sir, it is a general trend, not a definite reality. While the first thing that makes it a boon is that if the revenues generated from the resources is invested in the region itself and it is not transferred to other regions, so that's how the revenues from it is used.
So you mean to say in case of Jharkhand, the revenues generated were not invested in the region?
Sir, the revenues generated were invested in the revenue expenditure, not particularly in the capital expenditure, which has a phenomenon to create multiplier effect. So that's how the revenue.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Sudipa, some years back we heard of Pathalgadi movement in Jharkhand. What actually is this movement and what is the present status of this issue?
Ma'am, the Pathalgari movement originated with the cause of tribals, that they did not want to recognize any external authority, and they wanted to preserve the Gram Sabha and Gram Panchayat as the only authority and will adhere to only constitution. They did not want the SPs, DMs or any other government functionaries to operate there.
And how PESA Act was linked to this?
Yes, ma'am. They wanted the local administration structure to be implemented, to continue there, and did not want any external administrative structure to be there.
So now what is the current status of this issue? Has it been resolved? The tribals are happy because right now we are not listening about any Pathalguri movements in Jharkhand.
Yes, ma'am, the consultations took place, so that concerns has been mitigated. Also, Jharkhand has recently implemented PESA just 2 weeks back. So, I believe the concerns has been taken care of.
Okay, so Sudipa, President of UAE was in India. For how long he has been here?
Only for 3 hours.
So why just for 3 hours, and why this visit matters a lot, timing of the visit? And what were the major agreements done between India and UAE in this short visit?
The major agreements which took place was a defense agreement between the two countries, and second was increased cooperation in space sectors. These two only I am able to remember right now.
Anything with respect to energy?
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not.
Okay, not an issue, yes.
Also, sir, also, ma'am, regarding the timing of the visit, ma'am, there, I believe, as far as my limited understanding goes, there is a Gaza peace plan going on, and the board of peace is about to be formed. So, I believe in that regard too, and also the Saudi-backed Yemen rebels are in conflict in Yemen.
Okay, so Sudipa, so Saudi Arabia has signed a mutual defense pact with Pakistan, and now we have signed a bilateral defense deal with UAE.
Yes,
so how do you see this? Are we going to be dragged into any future conflicts in the region, siding with UAE?
So I do not believe, ma'am, that will be dragged into any conflict, because both countries are pursuing their own strategic interests, and Saudi Arabia has had historical defense agreement with Pakistan. It has only institutionalized with that defense agreement, and we have also had historical ties with UAE, and these are based on two different issues, and also is regarded to two different strategic interests.
And I was reading somewhere about NATO in West Asia, Islamic NATO. What exactly it is? Why it was in the news?
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, my last question to you, Sudipa. Like you are into memes.
Yes, ma'am.
But if you look at the modern day life, humor is somewhere missing in it. Being a student of sociology, like a lot of memes are there, but humor in life is missing. Why?
Ma'am, the kind of humor has changed with time, and the present generation, they have a typical, very specular type of humor, which to us is kind of unique. So I believe, ma'am, humor has stayed. It's that its forms have changed, and the people who are producing it as generation goes by, their priorities has changed, and the kind of humor has differed from the past generation.
Okay, so.
Sudipa,
Yes.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Oh, good afternoon.
Now it has changed. It's past 12 o'clock. Don't worry, I'm not testing you.
Okay.
You're doing well.
Yes, thanks.
Keep it up. Good.
Thanks.
Can you list out 3 new age social problems?
New age social problems. First is misinformation and disinformation in the
What is
internet.
the difference between misinformation and disinformation?
Misinformation, when a particular information is provided in a twisted and false way. Disinformation is when information is not provided. As far as my limited.
Very wrong definition.
Okay. Then,
So if you don't know the definition, then how can you say misinformation and disinformation is a problem?
So misinformation is definitely a problem, but disinformation, I might not be aware of the actual definition.
One is when someone is passing the information being unaware.
Oh.
The other one is when the person is passing on this false information being fully aware.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I was not
Okay.
aware of that particular.
Now you are aware?
Yes, sir. And that is
That is the problem.
a problem.
Achha, okay, what else?
Second is, sir, new age, the trade war which is going, the protectionism and deglobalization that has been done right now in the global sphere, and
So that is the social problem.
Socio-economic. It has
Acha, what else?
and third. Sorry, sir. These two only are coming.
Okay, what is the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha?
552, sir.
552, are you sure?
Sorry, 252, sir.
252, Lok Sabha.
Sorry, sir. I am not able
Acha,
to recall right now.
okay. Who is your MP?
It's Mr. Nalin Soren.
Acha, you know that.
Yes.
Acha, good. Okay. What political reforms have we seen in the last 10 years? Two political reforms that we've seen in the last 10 years.
First that came was electoral bonds, which was
That has been
that
revoked
has
now.
been removed. Yes.
So is it a good reform or a bad reform? What is it?
So I believe transparency should be there, and it is a good
Okay.
reform. And second, the sir, the special intensive revision which is going
Two
on.
very controversial issues that you've taken up.
So these are only coming to mind right now.
Okay, we'll move on. Okay, why is or how is inflation under check? Inflation is below the target?
So,
Yes or no?
yes, sir.
What is our target? Inflation target?
It's 4% plus minus 2%.
So what is it at right now?
It's around 1.5%.
Below 2%.
Below 2%. Yes.
Okay. So why is it under check?
Sir, the increased consumer spending, the household consumer expenditure survey has seen increased spending, so increased growth. Also, GDP growth is more than what we have expected.
That's why inflation is low.
Sir, only these two are.
No, you should know why inflation is low. Now, okay, consumption has gone up. Yes, that is because of reforms like GST 2.2, etc.
So also the base effect, the previous year base was more, so I believe for that. I'm not particularly sure.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Sudipa.
Now, one of the members had asked about resource curse. Has there been any steps or any actions by the center which has mitigated this resource curse? Say last 10 years or last 8-9 years?
So last year Supreme Court allowed taxing the mineral lands by the state. So this is one which will increase the revenues. Second, only that, sir, in the past.
That is the Supreme Court which gave it. Now, is there any fund at the district level?
Yes, so the District Mineral Foundation Trust in
Okay.
2015
So, who created that?
through amendment to MMDR Act.
Okay, good. Now, what is the size of our budget,
Our budget.
the Indian budget?
Sorry, sir. No.
Okay, which are the major expenditure and the major revenue streams in the budget?
Major expenditures are defense, and then rural development, and the revenue expenditure, the recurring expenditure, salaries, pensions, subsidies, and those. And major revenues are taxes, and also non-tax resources through mineral resources. So these.
Mineral resources are retained by the center? Loyalty payments are retained by the center?
No, so the royalty are accrued to the states, but the from production and exploration that is given to centers.
Okay, who's going to be the invited guest for 26 January?
So the European Council President and European Commission President are invited as.
Is there something linked to her visit?
Yes, so the FTA, the Free Trade Agreement, will be conducted.
Thank
will
you.
Be,
Thank you very
thank
much.
you.
Sudipa, you are interviewed.
Thank you.
Kindly wait for some time. We'll call you for feedback.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.